Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello, welcome to the Monday after the 4th of July weekend. Summertime is just a weird time. It's crazy. I guess probably a lot of people did their vacations last week. Our boss was on vacation. She back today.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of my friends are still on vacation. They left like on Thursday or Friday, and they are not back yet.
Well, if the kids aren't in school and you're like a parent that's like, okay, we're going to take a nice little block. Mm-hmm. Do it around a holiday, yeah, so you can get those extra days that you get from work.
I was telling Denny's, I feel like the first couple weeks in July, maybe all of July, is our slowest time. I feel like there's a lot that kind of shuts down.
Yeah. And kind of weird. It feels like everybody's kind of dialing it in. It's not normal life. I don't know. It's a weird kind of half working, half not kind of thing. Anybody that probably worked on Friday, I think, had that feeling. Like my wife was at work for, I don't know, just a small amount of time. Like,
and you're like, why am I here? Everybody else has the day off.
I think part of you is like, you're thinking that, but then part of you too is like, this is kind of cozy, you know, where you're like, I mean, she was in, did a little bit of work, and then I think he's gone by like 11. Like, you know, everybody's kind of gone, and bosses are gone, and you die right out. So, and then you
still get the credit.
Yeah, right. You get credit for it. So that's kind of a cool little thing. So that's not a bad little deal. Let me see a couple of the emails that we got here, clearing up some stuff from the show. We're talking a lot about tampering with food. That's kind of been the viral video trend that has been going on here.
Unfortunately.
It really pisses me off, especially when they're encouraging copycats. That's the thing that really makes me upset.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the 36-year-old guy was also just busted licking Bluebell ice cream.
You can't fuck with people's food, man.
The one before that was a 17-year-old girl in Lufkin, Texas, I think is where it was.
And I'm wondering what's going to happen because they said there was the talk on the street was she was in jeopardy of going to jail for 20 years. That sentence could possibly have a 20-year sentence like that.
And then they found out she was a minor.
17.
Yeah.
But a year away, you still have to get in trouble for that.
No, I don't see any jail time for it, to be honest with you.
That's insane.
She should have to do some kind of juvie stuff, though.
Yeah, I would see, you know, what I think.
Work detention.
I'd hit her in the pocket. I'd give her a pretty sizable fine, probably at least $1,000 to multi-$1,000 for a 17-year-old to do. Probation on top of it to say, hey, you do anything else stupid in like the next year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe even slap 3 years probation on her. Then you're going to do some serious time. So you're 17. This is dumb. The 36-year-old, there's no excuse for that.
Okay,
No.
then let's use him as the example. One of these people who are tampering with food, someone's got to come down. I mean, they have to really feel the pain with their sentence. We have to scare other people from doing this shit to where you lick someone else's ice cream and then put it back in there, you're fucked.
And YouTube needs to step up, or whatever social media platform these people were trying to get famous on, and ban them for life.
Ban them for life. Any crime committed that you videotape and post on YouTube will get you a lifetime ban from YouTube.
I agree.
And then if you appear on anyone else's video, they will be banned as well. That should be what YouTube does. That should be that.
Or whatever social media platform they are hosting it on.
We can't make them famous for this. We can't help them get likes and followers because they're vigilante idiots.
Yeah.
What do they got against Bluebell, too? Like, why?
It's not just Bluebell. It's like Kevin was saying earlier, there was mouthwash. There was another one that was, I believe it was some kind of a pie. I mean, there's stories that aren't being as reported on, but it's out there.
I think if I were a judge, I would go 10 plus damages. 10 days in jail, $10,000 fine, and then I'm going to tag on whatever damages to the product that had to be thrown out.
I like it, Judge Kevin.
Okay.
You went 10 days. I said 10 years. We got to maybe... I think you're too
We can have
late.
prison overcrowding. Yeah, and if you got a guy in just for licking Bluebell ice cream, yeah, if we did that to everybody, yeah.
I think yours is too light. Mine's probably too stiff. I think we got to come somewhere in the middle here. You think I got to do a little bit of jail time, y'all?
10 days, I feel like that's
10 days
right.
is bullshit. Do that in my sleep.
You ain't gonna sleep 10 days straight.
Well, not everybody's as hard as you.
Yeah.
I would be devastated within the first hour. The first hour.
10 minutes.
Oh man,
You would be rocked.
it would be terrible.
Talking about eating tampered food, somebody sent an email here. It said, years ago, my best friend and I were watching football and we were grabbing some snacks to munch on. Partway through the first quarter, I noticed that every now and then one of my pretzels seems cold. Not too weird, I guess, since I also have on my plate some cheese, fruit, etc. But then I began to notice that it's only the pretzels. Strange. So I asked my buddy, I said, you notice anything weird about these pretzels? A few of them, he replies. So I go to the kitchen to check the bag, and I find my son and my buddy's kid, both about 10, licking all the salt off the pretzels and throwing them back in the bag.
How old were they?
10.
Beat them.
Totally fucked. 10 years in jail.
These kids need to learn.
They got to feel the pain, Kev.
Yes. Zach said their punishment says they should be made to eat something out of someone's butthole.
Yeah, let's put the pretzels in the bung.
But that will YouTube.
You're right.
We will YouTube that. It'll be like YouTube jail. That's what it is. You're going to be famous for
Eating the butthole.
Yeah. Having a butt munch. Also, Catherine from Fort Lauderdale sent this about Pig Beach. Just reconfirming again that we'd had somebody saying, hey, we got pigs on the beach, blah, blah, blah. And somebody said, that's animal cruelty. The pigs need mud to cover it. They don't put suntan lotion on them. These pigs are not fed well. That's why they get aggressive. They're trying to take your food. And Catherine said the person who wrote this is wrong. The local caregivers for these pigs love the pigs. They constantly monitor them, are especially protective of the piglets. The pigs do have plenty of shelter, food, and water from the caregivers, and there is fresh water in the center of the island with plenty of mud. My friend is actually a veterinarian in the Bahamas and has done wellness checks on the pigs on Pig Island, requested by those who care for the pigs. The pigs are on the island because they are owned by locals who use them for food, but because islands are so small, decided to put them in a centralized location with other locals' pigs to keep them from wreaking havoc among their communities. But it's been within the last couple decades that the pigs have become such an attraction. They are still individually owned by locals, so clearly these owners wouldn't want their animals to be ill cared for. I just went there in February, and our tour guides were very protective and have such a deep love for these piggies. Just wanted to make that clear since the last person didn't seem to have firsthand info from the locals or veterinarians as I have. This is in regards to the pig beach near Stenio Cay, not the new pig beach near Nassau.
Yeah, there's
that they're trying to replicate, which I hear is not working out too well.
Yeah, there's multiple pig beaches. It's not just one. So one might be great, one might not be so great.
Yeah.
But I think there's many different pig experiences now you can have out there because they figured it's a cash cow.
Right.
All the tourists are like, oh my gosh, pig. I want to swim with the pig. All the pictures on social media, like hot models swimming with pigs.
Why do we want to swim with all these?
That was a big part of the Fire Festival video. Hot models are swimming with pigs.
Because we're bored as a species and we want to.
Bore.
We're bored. Yeah, very good. You accidentally punny. I think we're bored. We have a lot of time on our hands, Kev.
Okay. The other one, we had non-disclosure agreements at parties. Bachelor parties going on in Vegas, and the bachelor wanted the guys going with him as dudes to sign a non-disclosure agreement that they could not talk about what happened in Vegas. We know there's an unwritten code, but he wanted it written. He's an attorney, criminal attorney. He's like going, okay, I'm going to get this thing. If you run your lips, I can come and sue you. You know that. Jennifer said, yeah, the NDA would be effective as to discussing who was there. The NDA would not be enforceable as to what illegal activity, if any, took place. You cannot have an agreement to prevent criminal testimony as enforceable. So if there is illegal activity there and the person is called to testify in a criminal court, the defendant cannot raise the NDA as a defense against witness testimony. So there
if you're
you
being
go.
illegal, your stupid little NDA doesn't cover it.
Right. Well, think about the courts and what they'd have to do. If you witnessed a murder, but you signed an NDA, be like, I can't testify because he can sue me.
No sense.
Then the courts would be like, darn it, we can't get that testimony.
Oh, well.
He signed an NDA. I guess another one walks free. That's everything you do in life. Anybody's going to ever hang out with you, sign this NDA. Sign this NDA. You can't talk about anything you ever see me do. So, yeah, apparently that is not going to work. Suzanne said, Virginia, did you ever hear anything about that court case for your friend who was murdered? My friend was the guy in Titusville attacked at the airport by Zachary Pena. I know he still needs to be tried up here for the attempted murder on my friend and the stabbing of a police dog. It's a crazy story.
It really is.
So Zachary Pena's trial went to trial. Judge Krista Marks is presiding over it. It went to trial before the 4th of July holiday. Let me check and see if there's any update. Great question, because I just with all the drama of the holiday, I totally forgot.
Okay. Yeah, there was.
I'll look. I'll do the research.
I mean, it was a busy weekend. There was a ton of stuff going on. I mean, not, one in the sports world. For me, there's Wimbledon, the World Cup. There was NBA free agency, which was insane all weekend. But then, boom, you had the bomb that went off. I was I was at Funky Buddha, so I wasn't too far away. I was in Oakland Park when that went kapow, and I was watching a live feed. First thought I had when I saw the video of that explosion in Plantation, I'm like, oh my gosh, this got to be like a terrorist attack or something. So I was expecting the worst when I first was looking at the footage. Thankfully, it was not.
What was it? It was
It was in a gas explosion. The latest I read on it, they think it might have come from a pizza place that had gone out of business. That was there, but there's an LA Fitness that was attached to it.
They're still investigating, though. This morning I was listening to the news, and they said they still didn't know.
Yeah.
They did find, ruptured gas lines, but they think that those might have gotten ruptured during the blast. It may still be from something else.
I wonder what pizza place this was.
I don't think it was open.
But it was at one point. I'm just wanting to know what it was.
It was by an LA Fitness, which really isn't fair.
LA Fitness by what road? I'm about to figure out what pizza place this is.
Plantation. It's in Plantation.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was going on, the Chris Klein story from over the weekend. I mean, it was just, my gosh, like one thing after another. It was crazy.
It really was crazy and just scary and just, oh my gosh. After July 4th, I didn't leave my house. I had to go drop off Magnolia one time, and I came back to my house and got right back in the den and hid. I was just too freaked out all weekend long.
Yeah, and you had said, too, it was because of the vodka trip that you took.
Oh, way too much vodka.
Yeah, what happened? Who are you trying to... Were you kidding, starting fights with people, or were you, mad?
I was just angry, drunk person.
You were?
Yes.
Was this before you found out about the death?
Yes.
Huh.
Were you with Panda?
No.
Thank goodness.
The one thing that I kind of realized about alcohol, and it really kind of had hit me, is that alcohol has to burn differently in your bodies. And it's not about how much of it there is. There's just different kinds of alcohol have to react differently. Because I had a few of those, because what is that alcoholic water they do now? The hard water, or whatever it is? The Trulies or the White Claw or something like that. And I had a few of those. I think it was on 4th of July in the afternoon because it was hot and it was cool, refreshing, a few of those. But it made me feel different in a different way. And I was just like, I didn't like the feel of it. I don't know what kind of the alcohol thing, and they're only 5%.
Really?
Yes. So, I mean, they're a low alcohol. So I'm like, well, okay, they're 5%. You're fine. It's water.
Maybe they're not 5%. And I think different alcohol. Also, your hormones are different in your body all throughout the month. And I feel like sometimes I can have vodka all day and be fine. Well, never all day, like I tried to do.
Go say that out loud one more time. Vodka all day, and I'll be fine.
Never all day. But sometimes it'll just hit me different. And sometimes, I'll be one way, and then sometimes I'll be angry, belligerent.
It's also what you bring into the cave with you, my friend. If you
True.
are happy, sober, and you go into drinking some, you're going to have a little crazy night, you're probably going to, there's a good chance you'll stay happy. If you got some other demons you're working on, then you compound that with drinking, and if it's all day, there's always something bothering you.
I know.
So
I always have multiple things bothering me.
Yeah, but I've kind of noticed that sometimes different kinds of alcohols throughout the course of my drinking history, and I'm down to now where I pretty much only drink beer. Like I just don't. I'd gone through my vodka phase. I've pretty much written that off. Like I'll have a Bloody Mary. That'll be it. I will never sit down and have multiple vodka drinks. At the most, I'll have one. I think even that hard water stuff, I feel.
I don't like it.
Well, I just felt a little different in a way that I was just like, okay, I didn't like a little cantankerous or something.
Vodka used to be my drink. I can't even drink vodka. It grosses me out. I can't even choke it down. Something about vodka makes me feel gnarly. I like whiskey. Whiskey's my drink.
Yeah.
You've matured.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I don't even know. Does that mean you've matured in drinking?
It does.
Vodka to whiskey? It does?
Absolutely.
Well, maybe you found something that works, and how much too. I think that's kind of it. Where you got to know your body and how much you got to say. Look, like I'd have I don't love whiskey, but I had a shot of it with Dave at Brother Jimmy's. That would be it. One shot. I'll have one little, but I would never compound that. If I had a whiskey, vodka's off the table.
Well, that's when shit just. That's when you start starting fights with people at bars, Kevin.
I would have one non-beer drink, and that's it. And
that's going to be so insane. If somebody there that listens to the show that was just kind of chilling, that recognized you, that didn't say anything, they're just kind of watching afar, they're probably like, what the fuck is going on with Virginia? She's starting fights with people. Is this a stunt? Is Jennifer and Denny, are they filming this?
I'm just an idiot.
Well, something clearly had to have happened.
I think I'm stressed about a lot of stuff, and I think that, I just can't do vodka. I just can't do it all day. I can have one vodka drink, but I had like 7.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of vodka.
That's terrible.
What, was there one person in particular you were like yelling at or causing issues with?
No, I think it was the whole bar pretty much.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I mean. Something had happened where you woke up the next morning and go, all right, something wasn't smooth in that situation. Do you remember sort of what that was?
No.
No clue.
I think JMZ's going to do a dive on this.
So when you first woke up the next morning, what was like your first thoughts? Did you know like something was up, or was something said to you? Like as you're piecing it together, waking up, be like, okay, I'm here. How did I get here? What exactly happened?
Something was said to me.
Okay, what was said to you, and who said it?
You tried to fight the whole bar, and you were yelling at people, and you were just being belligerent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're like, sorry.
I'm an asshole.
Yeah. Sorry. Don't blame it on alcohol.
But at a certain point, I got to take some responsibility.
I hear you.
Yes, I'm saying it was the vodka. But who poured herself 7 vodka drinks? That would be me.
Yeah.
Who's the dumbass? That would be me. It ain't vodka's fault.
I just want to know what happened at this bar now. Now JMZ wants to dig. Now I want to interview.
Please don't.
Okay, I won't. I'm fucking.
If you'd like me to rip your testicles from your body, dig.
I'm not going to dig. Never mind. I was trying to have fun. It got real. All right.
It's too real.
Okay.
Somebody said my uncle would get so aggressive when he drank Budweiser, but he wouldn't get that way with Corona.
Really?
That's interesting, even within beer.
Okay.
It's weird.
Maybe because the commercials of Corona are always on a beach, somebody chilling,
Corona's
relaxing.
very light. In fact, I've kind of gone back because, I do love craft beer and I love the craftsmanship of it, but that's where it's like, okay, it's not like we're going to just an all-day kind of fun drink. If I know that's kind of it, I stay away from craft beer now. Like I have craft beer when I was out shooting pool with a couple buddies the other day, and I knew I'd have like 2 or 3, and so we go craft beer on that day. But if it feels like there's going to be more than 3 consumed, it's Corona time. Yeah, and I go like a Corona Light because those.
They make you beachy, where Budweiser's maybe make her uncle like a Clydesdale.
Corona's very light. Like you can have them, and you don't need a lot of spacing. Like they're very mild. Like you don't really get. I think you'd have to drink a lot. At least for me, to get hammered on Corona.
See, that's what's weird is whether I drink a Corona Light or if I'm drinking one of those fancy IPAs you bring in. After like 2 or 3, I'm giggly. I'm such a cheap date.
Yeah, somebody said that carbonation has to do with it, and that might be the thing about those waters that I didn't think about. There is carbonation, and I don't do a lot of carbonation, and so the alcohol with the carbonation. Yeah, I felt it. Now I'm like, okay, because I thought, oh, that's cool. That's going to be like if I just want to chill at the pool all day, I'm just going to have some of those waters. That's great. And yeah, after the 4th, in fact, I shut it down pretty early in the afternoon because I'm like going, I don't feel quite right. I'm like, there's something weird going on here.
I agree.
So,
I agree with
I didn't drink the whole rest of the day.
With the witch, though, sometimes even sleep, I think, can affect you. If you go out, if you drink the next day and you didn't get that much sleep, you're in a different kind of mood. You're in a different headspace. I think that can greatly affect your mood.
Food.
But then after you have 5 drinks of anything, you've had 5 drinks of something. It could be anything at that point.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody said, weird thing for me, tequila takes a lot for me to get tipsy, but I have just maybe 2 glasses of wine. I'm hammered.
Oh, tequila brings out the wolf and the bird.
Oh. Yeah, like that seems to be an alcohol that a lot of people, and I don't know if it's because it's as strong, but that was what the difference was for me, because I always thought, well, it's the amount of alcohol, the alcohol percentage, but yeah, after I had some of those, hard claw or whatever, White Claw, those waters, I'm like, I think it just burns differently in some bodies. I'm like, I don't trust it, man. It felt weird.
That's what
my body felt weird. It gave me an attitude that was just I didn't like.
When I first drank that Mike's Hard Lemonade, I was told that it was not as strong as beer. Oh, it tastes good. So I must have had 8 or 9 of them in the course of 3 hours. I have never thrown up and been so sick in my life. Oh my! I threw up my soul that day.
Yeah.
You think it's light? You think it's going to be all Kool-Aid and laughter?
Not necessarily, man. It'd be some tough stuff. You said there was somebody on the 4th, kid turned 21, and they were doing that old trick where they were feeding him the O'Douls, and he was acting all hammered.
This kid, he's a very innocent kid.
Aww.
Never drank before, very excited, wanted to wait till he got to 21, and his brother was pouring him O'Douls in a red cup, and he was drinking. So after the 4th one, he really started acting like he was hammered, and it was so funny to watch because he wasn't drunk at all.
It was psychosomatic.
It was psychosomatic. He was falling over. He was slurring. He was telling jokes and like falling apart. Like, oh my gosh, I'm drinking. And it was kind of sad to watch. Actually,
we did that to our old intern Matt way back in the day.
And he got drunk too.
And I can see it happening. Yeah,
I think it's psychosomatic.
I think it is too. And I think too, he had an audience, so he thought he had to play up to the audience maybe, but the audience knew that. I know it was kind of cringy.
And now you're saying it on the radio.
Oh, I know it knows who he. Well, yeah. Sorry, kid.
Yeah, I apologize.
I didn't say his name.
Earlier on the show, we were talking about the lamest tourist attractions in each state. I know as people are doing summer vacations, those might be some of the things that you see, especially if you're doing some road trip stuff. I was talking about my hometown, Logan, Ohio. And for Ohio, they had put the house from A Christmas Story as the lamest, but I don't know. Some people are like going, I don't know. That's kind of cool. It's in Cleveland. It's in a neighborhood. A buddy of mine that lives in Cleveland was telling me about it, that, yeah, it's just not a regular neighborhood. And I think they do a 5K that starts from that house, like maybe on Christmas Day.
That's fun.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. A lot of people drink for it. It's Cleveland. They drink a ton there.
I mean, I love that movie. I would totally go to that house.
Yeah.
And you can walk through it like a museum?
Yeah, I think so.
That is so cool.
They say that's the lamest one in Ohio. I'm like going, no. I think my pencil sharpener museum in my hometown of Logan's probably got
Or the washboard.
Washboard festival, we got that. Oh, yeah, we got it all, baby. We got some good stuff in
Christmas
Logan.
Story sounds legit and fun.
Now, Logan is it. If you want to go to like a lame tourist stops, oh baby, you got to go check out Logan.
That pencil sharp place looked really cool. The sharpener place,
it's in a shed. Like I don't think it's.
It is. It's in a little shed. Have you ever been in it? Have you walked through it?
No, it's new since I left. I mean, they've boomed since I left.
Well, tourism is up.
Tourism is just, crushing it.
Your
now,
mom's running it.
We didn't have the washboard festival when I was there. We didn't have the washboard.
You didn't have the
factory.
Bigfoot thing.
I'm pretty sure that some Travel Channel did a feature on it. And it got a segment on there because it had the logo on there, and the guy walked in, and it's basically a bunch of shelves with all of these old school sharpeners. I know it's fucking weird, but I was very intrigued. I like collectibles.
Yeah, no, my hometown is on. They were on CBS this morning last year for the Washboard Festival. So it's kind of turned into that like hokey small town. Like
I love it though. I belong in Logan.
Yeah. It is hokey small town, and now they claim to be the Bigfoot capital of Ohio.
I mean, it's the best.
Yeah, which is going on. So, yeah, maybe we need to get you there, my man. You said there's actually a Bigfoot conference that is coming up here in just a couple of weeks, the end of the month.
I know.
It's going to be going down.
Yeah, everybody's been hitting me up about this thing, and I wanted to make an offer to you, Virginia, to Kevin, to Denny's, to Suits. Would you guys go to this with me?
Where is it and when?
It's in Tennessee.
It's in Gatlinburg.
Tennessee.
Hear my deal.
Tennessee.
I will pay for your airfare. I'll pay for your lodging. I'll pay for your snacks and meals, and I'll pay for your Bigfoot ticket. Virginia, will you go with me?
What's the date?
It's your
July
birthday.
27th.
That's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I mean,
It's all on
don't
me.
you want to spend your birthday at a Bigfoot conference in Tennessee?
Happy birthday. Now you're going to be sad.
You don't think that'd be fun, though, together?
I think that'd be a blast.
Do you want to do this shit?
Well, we have to work on the 26th.
So?
The night before.
We leave right after the show.
No, we have to work on the night of the 26th. We're at Brother Jimmy's.
We leave right after Brother Jimmy's. We get a red eye.
That'll go well, yeah.
Get a red eye.
Yeah. You'd be half hammered, try to find your way through the
You're
airport,
fighting
make it on a
people.
plane with this
We're
guy.
just fighting everybody.
Then try to get to Knoxville, by the way, which is a very small airport. I think they have rocking chairs there.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's very quaint, small, but it's a small town airport. And then you got to maneuver through that and then find your way.
Look, I don't hate it
Okay.
because I do love and the climate there right now.
It's amazing, yeah.
Is so much better than here. You get out of the muggy and smuggy, and up in Tennessee,
Don't get away from the smuggy. I'm not
Never.
going.
No, it's 100% smuggy in Florida.
Yeah.
it's so cool.
Yeah.
And just like no humidity, but it's like misty. It's really pretty.
Does that sound like a miserable trip for you?
No, it sounds amazing. In fact, it's the same weekend as my family reunion in Gatlinburg.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah, my family is all there. They go to a place called Townsend, but yeah, every year we do it. It's that weekend. So they're up there, and yeah, you got Pigeon Forge, which there's a lot of fun stuff there.
It's
And,
meant to be then.
oh, I would love to. Yeah, if I could go, I would
Would the
totally
queen
go.
let you? If I saw I was paying
No.
for everything, it's not like you're looking for, you're not looking for poontang and at a Bigfoot conference. Believe me, there'll be none there.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Probably not. I
Okay.
doubt. I'd have to have some finesse in the ask. But yeah, I mean, if I were free and clear, if I had a green light on it, it sounds amazing.
Let's call her right now.
She'd be like, "No, it's stupid." No. And then she'd just hang up. She'd have to go.
Well, you're
Yeah.
going to buy Kevin's ticket. Will you buy the Queen's ticket?
She wouldn't go.
I think I've done.
Especially if I said to the family, yeah, I took her up to the family reunion one time, and she's like, nah, never again.
I think I've offered a deal like this before about doing a trip, and I'll buy everything, and I'll buy the queen.
It would be I mean, honestly, it would be fun. Knoxville's a really cool town. They've got some cool little breweries there. They've got an area. There's like a Tupelo honey and some other stuff there. It's kind of a cool little hangout. So you got Knoxville. You got Pigeon Forge, which has water parks, go-kart tracks. They've got Hee Haw. They have the Hee Haw Museum that's there. A lot of country comedy. My cousin, you can go over and see him. He plays for the Dollywood band. He's over there at Dollywood.
He plays the jug.
He plays spit jug and keyboards.
I've always wanted to meet that cat.
And the Dollywood band. That's John. He's got a big old beard and wears coveralls.
Oh man,
Of course he does.
I love this guy.
Yeah, that's my family. That's my stomping grounds.
Okay.
And then they got Bigfoot there in Gatlinburg. Gatlinburg's a cool little town.
Gatlinburg
A lot
is
of cozy
cool.
little shops. They got Ober Gatlinburg. It's kind of like kind of fun park. You can take like one of those ski lift kind of things, whatever
It's
you call
nestled in the mountains.
Yeah.
It's like on this, like a side of it's beautiful, Bird. You would love it.
I mean, VIP dinner only $50. It's the good stuff too.
only 50.
Is that a lot or not for a VIP dinner?
It sounds pretty special.
Okay.
that. Yeah, it would be very cool. Yeah, I would. Yeah,
In
if
Tennessee,
I could, I would go.
that's probably like super fancy.
Okay. And you always told me I'd love Tennessee.
I think you would. Yeah, I mean, no tall buildings. You got tall mountains. The Smoky Mountains is gorgeous too, especially this time of year. They've got smoke just kind of hovering.
Yeah, it's like this misty.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Cades
And
Cove.
It's cool, Jay Bird.
You can go see black bears, deers, all kind of stuff there.
I'd love, but I only have a day. I think I have to come back because maybe I can take a day off from the show. Come back on Tuesday. Just kind of explore.
Yeah, you should go. I mean, it's beautiful. If I had a pass, You pay for everything. It'd be great. Yeah, they have some really nice lodges and stuff like that there. It's
When
cool.
you do ask your wife, please roll tape.
Yeah, I don't think you'll even ask. I don't think
Yeah, I did.
you won't even ask because you know the answer.
I know the answer. I can't.
We all know the answer.
Yeah, we all know the answer.
I was more asking
no.
you and Denny's in suits.
Yeah. I would, yeah. That'd be a lot of fun though, man. Yeah, 27.
I didn't realize we had to work.
You got to work that Friday night, then you could leave. Maybe Saturday morning. It probably wouldn't take long. It's not a long flight. You'd probably fly like Atlanta, then pop into Knoxville. It'd take you maybe 4 hours to get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is something that can happen. I like it. Virginia, don't shoot it down yet.
I'm not.
Okay. All right.
I'm listening.
Okay.
If it was something I knew I just could not do, I would shoot it down. But
It's possible.
it's possible.
Let's get into it.
We
Okay,
had a KVJ Nationer that was there when I was there. I met up
Okay.
with them. Yeah, I worked, I think, in Pigeon Forge. Yeah, or maybe it was Gatlinburg. Yeah, one of the two.
Nice.
It was a beautiful area. Yeah, they sell moonshine up there.
Oh, I mean, that's just our game.
I'm taking a little break.
You say that a lot, though.
I don't need to be fighting Tennessee.
But there's no fucking
Tennessee
way.
will fight back.
Tennessee will kick my ass.
There's no way you're going to Tennessee to a Bigfoot conference sober. That's just not going to happen. Nobody believes
Yeah.
Well, I can have beers. I'm not having moonshine.
Yeah. Dolly Parton's hometown, Sevierville.
You sold me. I'm in.
A lot of good stuff there, man.
It
A
sounds
lot of good stuff
amazing.
there. Yeah. No, it is amazing. So, yeah, you'd have a good time. All right. Well, got anything else going on you want to let us know about? Send us those emails. Mail at kvjshow.com. mail at kvjshow.com. Enjoy your Monday. Talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.